Hello, today we're going to take a look at the iPad app for the learning management system called Schoology. Here we have the app on my home screen. When your students log in, after you've created their accounts or they've created it for themselves, they can go ahead and log in right here. They always need to start by typing in their school's name. Make sure that they have enrolled in the correct school because, as you saw, sometimes there's multiple versions of the school name. Then your students log in with their username and their password. They do not need an email account for Schoology, but if they want to use one, they can to get notifications. And it takes them straight to their recent activity page. Everything on this side are updates, things that the teacher or students have posted on the update side. All of the quizzes or assessments, discussions, and assignments are always on the right-hand panel here under Upcoming. What I really like about this is it keeps everything separate so that you can have all your announcements or agendas on the left side and the to-do list of activities on the right side. And the students don't need to search through a news feed to find out what they're supposed to do. So you can see what I've done here is given agendas for the students here, and then you can see that they can check to see what they need to do on the right. All of their upcoming assignments, quizzes, and discussions are sorted by due date, and they can click on each to find what to do. So let's take a look at an assignment first. The assignments are always marked by this piece of paper with a pencil. When they click on it, the first thing they're going to see are the directions. This is what they need to do. They can make comments or ask questions about the assignment, and they can click on Dropbox to see what they've turned in. Note that Dropbox does not mean Dropbox.com, the website that people use to share files. It's simply the name of the turn-in tray for Schoology. Once the kids are ready to create an assignment, to turn something in, they can hit the plus sign to type their answer in, create a Dropbox submission, or submit a photo or video. When you submit a photo or video, you can either take something from the library or record directly into Schoology to do something. You can also have assignments for students that have attached PDFs. So let's go back into my courses here, and the kids can see all of their archived work. If I click on assignments, you can see that under this geometric solids assignment, I have an attached PDF. When the students click on it, it downloads it and allows me to use this open in sign to open it in another app, such as Paperport Notes, which is a PDF annotation app. Once it's opened, I can go ahead and annotate it. So the student might go ahead and notice that there are several edges or vertices on this specific geometric solid. They might write on it, and when they're ready to turn it in, they can go ahead and do so. Now, because I have this on presentation mode, first of all, it doesn't write so well. Paperport Notes has a little bit of a bug in it that when I have it in presentation mode, it doesn't allow me to annotate quite as well. And it also doesn't show all of the tools. So basically what I'm doing that you can't see is I'm selecting the paper to turn it in. I'm clicking to share the selected page, and I'm clicking the Open In option. And when I click Open In, it allows me to open it back into Schoology. And now you should be able to see what I'm doing. Okay, so now you can see what Paperport Notes just did was it threw me back into Schoology. What you weren't able to see was that I was clicking on Open in another app. Now I just pick my student's class and the assignment I want to turn it into, and that's it. It's turned in since the student was already enrolled in this class. If I click on Dropbox, I can see my different revisions for this assignment, and I can see my grades or comments. Let's go back now and take a look at the other assignments that I have. I can also see a discussion here. Here I've been asked to discuss the difference between Chromebooks and iPads. If I tap on the discussion side, I'd be able to see the discussion had it started. No posts have begun yet. And to actually add to the discussion, I just hit the plus sign and I could say, I think iPads are easier to use. And then I can just hit create. Oops. Let's try that again. All right, I can just hit create and it posts it right there. Other students can reply directly to me, which is nice. I agree. And you can see it's a threaded reply. They can like my comments, and they can also reply with a photo or video. I could either take a picture or choose one from the library, or when I do a comment, I can add a photo or video, which is very nice as well. So let's take a look at a discussion that's already happened so that you can see what one might look like. If I click on discussions, I can see here is a discussion that's already been had. If I click on discussion, you can see a student's discussion's already been happening, and you can also see some embedded photos here, and there's also some embedded videos as well right here. Maverick added this video. So the students can reply to one another, like each other's comments, and it's very easy to use. As a teacher, I can also grade these discussions should I choose. And you can see that there are also updates and notifications that pop up as they go. The last thing that you might see is this puzzle piece, which is a quiz. You can align the quiz or create question banks as a teacher. As a student, it's just as easy as clicking Begin Test or Quiz. There are a lot of different types of questions. This one is a matching, so I'm supposed to match the following tool to its name. I see that this is a QR code, so I'm going to put in E. This one looks like an iPad, so I'm going to put in H, and you can see it draws the line to me. This looks like a Chromebook, and Chromebook is A, so I'm going to go ahead and put in A. And this last one is an Apple TV, so that looks like it's F. So I'm going to go ahead and put in an F, and it go ahead and it matches. What you can also notice is that the quiz allowed the teacher, who was me in this case, to embed pictures right into the questions, which is nice. I can also embed videos, so let's go ahead and take a look at this video, which tool is being used in it. I just hit play. And I can watch the video. You can see it's embedded directly into the quiz, so I don't have to worry about having the students have a second video. They can look at the question while watching the video. I think this is a learning management system, but I'm going to get this one wrong just so you can see what that might look like. So I'll call it an online assessment system. Order my favorite tools. This one's a subjective question, but I put it in there just as a quick example. And emailing someone, I mean pictures, considering cyberbullying, and that's true. So I'm going to go ahead and review my answers. You can see as a teacher, I made this a timed test, so there was a timer at the bottom. I can go ahead and see if I agree with what I wrote, and I'm going to say I do, so I'm going to hit submit. It's going to ask me if I'm sure, and I am. Now that I'm done, it's going to show me what my responses were if I got it right. So in the first question, I got everything right. The second question, I could see I got it wrong, and it shows me the correct answer. The third question, I got it wrong, and the fourth question, I got it correct. And I can even go ahead and see my statistics, what my total score is, how long it took me to do it, and when I did it. If I wanted to, I could go into comments and I could ask questions or post comments to the teacher. These are visible by all the students, but it's still helpful sometimes to get quick feedback. So I just showed you the three main materials that the teacher could post for me: an assessment, an assignment, and a discussion. Now let me show you how I can look at my grades. I could tap on grades and you can see it sorted by quarter. If I tap on my quarter, I can see the different categories. And I could also see what the assignment was, my comments back from my teacher, and my grade for it. These can also be shared with my parent, because my parent can also log in under a parent code and see all of my grades if they want to sign up. I can see the members of the students in my classroom. However, I cannot message my colleagues. I can only see their names. The only people that I can message is my teacher. If I go back to materials, I can see any pages that the teacher has posted, which are like web pages embedded into Schoology, any photo albums, discussions, any files or links that we might need, all of the assignments, test quizzes, and discussions that we've had all year. I can see them as a list, and I can also see them by quarter. If I were enrolled in multiple classes, I would see all of them logged in here. A lot of the teachers who are self-contained still create a different course for every subject to help keep things organized. And if I want to join a new course, I just click join and put in the access code. On the side here, you can see I have a calendar to show me what's coming up. If I click on Calendar View, I can see it as a calendar, and it looks just like an iOS calendar, which is quite nice. And I can also see all the other parts of my account. If I click on Demo A, this is my profile, and this is how I could or could not update that depending on how my teacher allowed me to do so. So that's a quick overview of the Schoology iPad app. As you can see, it's pretty easy to use, but there are a few things that might not be immediately apparent to kids, such as hitting the plus sign to add a post or event, or to post into a discussion or an assignment, and also using this 3-bar navigation tool to go to your courses. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you choose to try out Schoology soon, since we